That's weird. That's weird. Kind of weirding me out.
You are a sad, strange little man.
Crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Isn't that weird?
That's weird, man.
It's strange.
What's up, campers? Welcome back to episode 118 of Camp Strange. I am your camp counselor, Alex Tobin.
And I'm your other camp counselor, David Stokes.
And we're back to bring the spooky, wacky, weird, strange, and NASCAR. But before we get into our longer stories today, we got to catch you up on any of the weird news you may have missed. And David, I have a story right here. I feel like you may have pulled this one. I don't know.
I hope so.
But it's ultra-conservative MP leaps from window as Belgian police raid orgy for breaking COVID rules. So.
Oh, well, I think you missed one very important part of this story.
What? This
Hungarian politician was very anti-gay.
That's what I was going to get into. So he's a part of the European Parliament, which is, I guess, what MP stands for. I didn't know. But like David said, he was a Hungarian European Parliament member. And I guess he tried to escape through a window after police raided a 25-strong, mostly male sex party in Brussels city center for breaking Belgium's coronavirus rules. His name is Josef Szégyár, and he was a Hungarian politician, and he was actually like a part of the prime minister's like gang of like people, and ultra conservative, like you said, David. And he actually injured himself jumping out a first floor window above a bar where a lockdown orgy was being held.
So you said mostly man, though. So I mean,
ooh, that's a good question. Well, maybe some of them don't assume a gender.
Okay, that's fair. I'll accept it.
Maybe
as long as it keeps the narrative that this guy was a self-hating gay man.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, maybe there's some lizard men in there. We know how sexy they are. Some big foots, some big feets. We know what big feet mean.
Oh, yeah.
That means you're not allowed in society. You must live in the woods.
Yes. Or you're on the hardwood dribbling the old orange ball.
There we go. But apparently, this is very poetic, but he was arrested when he jumped out of the window, and when he was arrested, was he naked? I don't think he was naked, but he definitely had blood on his hands, so he was definitely caught red-handed, and drugs were found in his backpack, but he says they were not his. I just love somebody in Parliament has a backpack full of drugs. Like he's rocking a JanSport.
I was looking at his photo, and that is not the dude who wears a backpack.
That's not a backpack guy. He's a briefcase guy, maybe a man satchel, or like a book bag kind of thing that the kids who wear scarves wear.
At what age are you not allowed to wear a backpack anymore?
I don't know. That's a good question. You could always wear a backpack on a hike or a picnic or when you're traveling. But
yeah, if you're a father. Fathers get a pass.
Yeah.
Well, okay, not fathers, but fathers of young children.
Just any well, yeah, I guess.
That's a dad thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, once you're past that point, is a backpack, I think a backpack's only harmful if you're walking through a city. If you're in the countryside, you're fine with the backpack.
Okay.
But like you said, young kids in the city, backpack's loud. Older guy in the city, what's he up to?
Yeah, you see an older man with a sweatshirt and a backpack. What, is he going back to college? What's he doing?
I don't know. Probably going to a 25-man strong orgy. But he said he apologized to his family because he has a wife and a daughter. And he asked him to evaluate. I asked him to evaluate my misstep against a background of 30 years of devoted and hard work. What? No, that's not how society works today, buddy. You're in the wrong year. We forget
one strike in this ball game.
Yeah, it's one strike policy, baby. You shouldn't have been so conservative with that. Gay agenda.
You're a liberal. This doesn't matter.
I mean, this just goes to prove that the people who hate gay people the most are they're secretly gay, and it's so strange. It's like, dude, why don't you just want to be happy? It's what the word means, man.
I'm just at one point, is it not funny and it's sad?
Yeah, but when you spew hatred, I mean, that's just ironic poetic justice at that point, right? It's still a little sad. It's still a little funny. It's a lot of things. It's a gray area. But, Yeah, I mean, I guess he right here says he drafted an amendment to Hungary's constitution that prevents gay marriage, which reads, "Hungary shall protect the institution of marriage as a union of a man and a woman." And then, and then he added another amendment that said, "But you allowed to have gay orgy as long as you smear blood on your hands and bring your sick Jansport."
There you go. You think it's a little SpongeBob one?
the backpack. It's clear.
Yeah, it's like the ones that the NBA rookies have to wear.
I want to say it's like one of those small Japanese backpacks that's just clear.
You can't even put a phone in it. It's just for lip gloss.
He's
Because
like,
you know he brought his lip gloss.
that's not blood, that's my lip gloss, and it's popping. But yeah, just kind of crazy shit. Like, I mean, so much crazy shit happens where it just sounds like a comedy writer wrote it. You're like, oh yeah. Like that's too crazy. And they're like, no, that happened. And you're like, ugh,
yeah.
damn, dude. Like,
Hey, art imitates life. Oh wait, fuck. Is that the other way around?
I mean, here's the thing. I'm sorry, I have to say this too. If you're gonna be like a strong conservative in Parliament who hates gay marriage, don't go to a 25-person orgy. Just have like normal gay sex with like a partner that you trust who won't tell your secret to anybody. No, he's got to do the 25 one and then jump out the window above the bar. Like, people are gonna see you, man.
So I can only assume this was a masked event, or else I feel like people would have like been like, "Hey, he's not the guy that hates
I
us."
feel like it's like Frank Reynolds when he shows up to the orgy and he's like, "What's the code word?" And he's like, "Orgy." He just shows up for the buffet. But like, probably masquerade type thing going on.
I mean, I feel like you would get identified.
Yeah, it would have been an easier getaway if he was wearing a mask.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, the mask always falls off in the heat of things.
It does.
So I don't know. He's got to
Yes.
watch out. Be careful. Be careful out
Yeah.
there, guys. Okay. Well, that's my story. But what else you got?
I've got 4, but they're
Holy
all pretty
shit.
quick.
Okay.
They were too good not to pass. Bodybuilder marries sex doll after long-term romance.
Oh, that's cool.
don't-
Why are you
Don't
gonna?
need more.
Why are
I
you
feel like
gonna-
we've read this one before. I feel like this is old news.
I feel like this
Has this
might
happened
happen
before?
again.
I think it just
I
happened
feel like
again.
we're gonna read this in a week and be like, "Did I read this again?" But it's gonna be a completely new person. But my big beef I have with that beefcake is that why are you gonna spend all that time making them muscles look good if you're gonna go marry an inanimate object? Inanimate, can't talk.
Well,
You
he's
know what I mean?
Russian. I don't know.
Teach their own, but like you don't even have to be strong for that doll.
Oh man, his
Just
Instagram.
maybe he's doing it for himself. You know what? Respect.
His Instagram.
Is she in it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, she's in a
They're-
lot.
They're at the beach.
Wait, is she like an expensive one or like a really cheap one?
Oh, she's like one of the really expensive ones for sure.
Oh, I wouldn't mind one of them.
There's a really good one of the. He's wearing a Speedo and they're sitting on a like one of those wooden beach chairs.
So he's in public.
Yes, he took her to the beach. The wedding photos. It looks like a
Oh.
lovely event.
That's why he's a bodybuilder, because he's gonna lug his girlfriend around everywhere.
He only became a bodybuilder to pull that 200-pound.
Dude, those things are heavy. I saw like a Vice thing. Don't ask me why I know they're heavy. Shut up. No, I saw a Vice thing where it was like a family. It was like a mother and 2 sons, and their father had passed away, sadly. But he was like making them with like the family knew about it, and he's like, I'm making like sex dolls, but really like high quality sex dolls, and they were keeping the business going. And they're like, oh, we're booked up for like the next 2 years.
I think I saw this.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's like, people ask for like special modifications. We have like all these different versions, and they're just making them out of their garage in like Hoboken.
Yeah, you can make crazy money off that shit.
Oh, they're gonna say you can make crazy shit in your garage.
You could make crazy shit in your garage too. I'm making this in the garage, so
cut to David with a watermelon with a hole in it and a wig on,
Hey,
and
come on now.
a lot of lip
don't
gloss.
uncut that. Don't cut to that. Uncut that. I'm gonna do another. Do you have one more?
Yeah,
So I'm gonna do another one.
do it.
Weaker penis bones in river otters. Got you mid drink.
Yeah.
Weaker penis bones in river otters linked to oil sands contaminate God, I can't say that.
Contaminants?
Contaminants in new study.
See, here's the thing. I already don't like polluting. I don't like littering. It's one of my bugaboos. I have 2 bugaboos. I don't like littering. I don't like stealing. If you're going to litter and then you're going to mess with my otter boy's penis?
I think my favorite part of this is the top comment here is, otter penises must be very different from human ones.
Yeah, they got a baculum in them, dog.
Parentheses, apart from their size. New sentence. There are no bones in a human penis. I wonder how otter ones work.
Oh, no. We have to add. That guy has a backpack right now, and he's in the city. He's near the zoo.
Oh, boy.
No,
he's interested.
Everybody knows that walrus, otters, I don't know what else. Walrus? Walrus.
Well, you getting that tight current in the water. You got to have a bone in there.
Yeah, you got to have a nice baculum. That's what they're called, David.
Yeah.
That's for you to Google later.
How did you know that?
I saw Tusk, I believe. That movie with Justin Long where he turns into a walrus.
I saw that. I don't remember much of it except for not a fun ride.
Yeah, there's a baculum in that.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm just saying it wasn't a fun ride.
It was very interesting. I had
Yes.
I had a good time. It takes a turn. It does take a turn. Wow. Well, you guys stop polluting. It's not cool, hands down, whether it messes up a penis or not. Just don't do it. My next one is Joe Exotic reportedly spends $10,000 in Trump hotel hoping for presidential pardon. This guy's floundering right now. And we all remember Joe Exotic, right? From the coveted Tiger King documentary that everybody wouldn't shut up about, and then people forgot about it, and now Megan Thee Stallion just has a popular song now where she says Carol Baskins again, and I'm having all these flashbacks.
Yeah.
And
I mean, to be fair, that show was just fucking insane.
It was honestly one of the best documentaries I've seen in a long time. Just like it was shot well, but it was also there was something new in each episode that you went, what the fuck, man?
It just kept escalating.
So apparently, Joe Exotic's team, because he's in prison for 22 years. You can't just put a hit out on somebody and not get prison for 22 years, and all these tax shit going on and all that. But basically, I guess somebody from his team recently went to one of his hotels and decided to spend $10,000 hoping to get his attention.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, I mean, now would be the time. The top comment said sadly this might work because he's kind of in lame duck mode right now cuz he's already out. So he's I'll just fucking pardon him, but I guess here's the thing. He has too much to lose now to try to kill Carol Baskin, but doesn't mean he didn't try to kill somebody because he was too mad at one point. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Very interesting, but
oh boy.
I don't know if it's going to work.
What a beauty.
So,
he's just a beaut.
Nick Cage is going to play him in the new show.
I remember reading that back when it came out.
Yeah, it should be pretty interesting regardless of anything because Nick Cage he gives stunning performances across the board.
I'm telling you, if you've never seen it,
Wicker Man?
Saddle up, sit on down, get comfy, and type into YouTube 10 minutes of Nicolas Cage losing his shit. And it's honestly, I might say it's my favorite video on YouTube.
It's his white noise that he plays to go to sleep.
Yes. And it's just 10 minutes straight of Nicolas Cage going berserk in all of his movies. Have you ever seen it?
I don't think so. Maybe the
Seriously?
bees. Maybe the bees scene.
Oh, well, the bees, they're included. I feel like we have to pause just for you to watch that. Holy shit.
I'll watch it after, I swear. I swear on Nick Cage, our God.
It's the best 10 minutes you could spend.
And do you have one more?
I got 2 more.
Holy shit.
Demi Lovato under fire for rescuing and later roasting a turkey for Thanksgiving.
You sent that to me on Thanksgiving.
I did send that to you, but I mean, God, it's so funny.
It is funny. But here's the thing. I don't know, If you go to, I guess, yeah, you can't take a picture with a turkey and say, like, save the turkeys and then go, like, take a picture of a turkey, even if you didn't cook the turkey and be, like, thankful for Thanksgiving, because that's just it's bad. It's bad branding at that point, right?
Yeah, so I think it's a Facebook. I'm sure they shared it on every form of social media, but it's a picture of Demi Lovato curdling.
Curdling?
Cradling.
That poor turkey, it got curdled, boys. Boy, don't hand her the turkey no more. She gonna curdle it.
It's a
That's
picture
what my
of her.
turkey looked like on Thanksgiving.
You had chicken. Shut up.
Why do I tell you things? I would have had turkey, but I didn't want to cook a whole turkey, so I bought chicken breast, and then I brined it like a turkey. So fuck you.
So yeah, the Farm Sanctuary account posted a photo of her holding a turkey, and it says, "Turkeys are bright social animals who enjoy being pet. Just ask Demi Lovato." And then on Thanksgiving, she posts a picture of just a beautiful, succulent-looking roasted turkey that says, "I'm thankful for you all." Oh, no, I'm thankful for all of you. I wonder if she's saying she's thankful for all of the turkeys in the world that have sacrificed their lives for
okay.
our tradition. But I think it's more of her being thankful for her fans.
Everybody shouts out turkeys on Thanksgiving, like, stop eating the turkeys, but we eat so much fucking chicken, and, like, I feel like the intelligence is, like, the same. Because everybody goes, she's like, turkeys are bright, intelligent animals that enjoy being pet. Every animal enjoys being pet to a certain extent, right?
I don't think that's true.
Well, I don't know. I've never tried to pet them all.
They don't like the sunlight.
Lobster hard to get to.
I
Bottom
pay
of the
lobster,
ocean.
he pinch.
I swim down there. I try to pet them. I run out of breath. No, but
David pet lobster pinch. Oh, David hurt.
oh, he was crusher. He was crusher. Got baculum. But the thing is, like, they are known for when it starts to rain, turkeys like look up, open their mouths, and drown. That's like a thing. Do you know about this? Maybe
No,
I'm completely
I don't
wrong.
think I've ever heard that before.
Maybe I'm like talking about urban legends and promoting this urban legend, but like
Probably.
but what I've heard is that bird be looking up at the sky and drowning on rain. So
Well, you know, the turkey was originally supposed to be a United States bird, not the bald eagle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then they decided that they were too delicious.
Well, bald eagles, they are pretty good.
Yeah.
You butter that little head of theirs. No, but it's crazy. I'm okay if you don't want, because I saw chickens and pigs and cows this like last weekend, and I was like, fuck, like I feel bad. Like these animals are so cute, and I get not wanting to eat an animal because it's cute, but like don't be telling me that turkeys be smart when I know I have the same IQ as a turkey.
There's a reason why people say stop being a turkey.
Stop trying to drown yourself in the rain, Tim.
Can't stop me.
Tim, don't do that, Tim.
My dad wouldn't do that. Don't say it.
Oh, yeah, that is your dad's name.
That's a name that's off limits.
That jive turkey, Tim. Anyway, is that all the news we have?
God, you have a short memory like a turkey. I
Yeah,
got one more.
Dude, you have 4 today. This is not normal.
Buckingham Palace staffer admits to stealing Queen Elizabeth's things and selling them on eBay.
Oh, wow. Can we...
But it's okay. She's immortal, so it's like she'll get new things.
What kind of things? Like used napkins or like underpants?
So it didn't go into specifics exactly what the items were, but it said BBC says the stolen goods were worth between $1,300 or $13,000 and $135,000.
Holy shit.
And there were 37 items, and
it must be jewelry or clothing, right?
Nah, you want to guess what they sold for?
He
Because
sold...
I mean, to be fair, $13,000 and $135,000 are two very drastically different.
And
numbers.
you're dealing with eBay where you're not even in person. You're like hoping that like the cell phone is actually a cell phone and not like a picture of a cell phone. And they're like, you didn't read the fine print. It said like 0.02 ounces. And you're like, fuck.
Or just the PlayStation 5 box.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to say on the lower end, I'm going to say like 16, 17,000.
10,000.
Oh shit, he didn't even reach the 13. I guess that makes sense. You gotta. Wow. But what is the product?
Yeah, it doesn't list. It just says 37 items.
Well, he got caught. So I mean, damn, that would suck to buy something for $10,000 and then have like the fuzzy hat fuckers show up at your house and be like hitting you with the butt of the gun, taking back the queen's
No emotion.
underpants.
Just beating the piss out of you with no emotion.
They put the hat on you, and then they take pictures of you while you're crying. Oh, God. Oh. Whoa. Pretty cool stuff, though, I have to say.
Wild ride.
Yeah. Should we get into these stories, David? You're out of stories, correct?
I got one more.
Come on. Let me tell you one more. Anyway,
Please.
so let's just get into these. Now, David, we talk haunted houses all the time, but for today's episode, I come right back to LA where I currently reside. See, while doing research about creepy things in my area, after researching hot single moms in my area, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They're in my area. They're calling me.
I mean, you're in LA.
Hot MILF moms in my area. They're single too. But
And they're
guess
richer
what?
than you.
They're richer. I need a sugar mama. So, while researching, obviously, I stumbled across a house in the Hollywood Hills that was not only entrenched in old Hollywood, but also haunted and possibly cursed material. So, buckle up as I tell you the tale of the curse of the Jean Harlow House. So, if you guys didn't know who Jean Harlow was, I think she was like, I almost said Marilyn Manson. Fuck. Marilyn Monroe. So, Jean Harlow took out her
I don't think
ribs.
anybody knows who Jean Harlow is.
Jean Harlow. There's one guy who's 102 and going, "Oh, Jean Harlow. Oh, she was the bee's knees. She was a sweet thing." What do they say? She was.
I didn't have. We didn't have posters, so I carved her into the back of my door.
They're like, "Hey, Louisiana Purchase. Louisiana Purchase. Like
$13.
Is he big silver dollars?" You're like, what? They're just saying really old things. Hats that are round.
There's
Bowler
lead
hats.
in my toothpaste.
Girdles, curdled turkey.
Have you washed my girdle?
Wash it on that zigzag piece of metal in the backyard.
Don't
Feel the washboard?
put it in that machine. Scrub it on the washboard.
Anyway,
The machine's gonna ruin it.
I don't trust checks or credit cards.
I don't like change.
so
Have you seen my bicycle?
I opened up a fucking door to hell. Anyway, my bicycle has one big wheel in the front and one tiny wheel in the back.
Have you seen my wheel and stick? I wanna go play.
Jacks. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. So Harleen Harlow Carpenter was a famous bombshell movie star who was born on March 3rd, 1911, in Kansas City, Missouri. So she was like,
She was a real abba zabba.
yeah, there we go,
A
real
real
chick stick.
walkaroo.
What?
Her beauty sent me to the moon and back.
so she was like the first Marilyn Monroe. But when Harleen was just 16, I'm going to keep talking so David doesn't go back into this old woman voice because I could see him chomping at the bit to get back into that voice.
The moon is made of cheese.
Fuck.
Don't forget to get a slice of the moon.
So when Harleen was just 16, she moved to Hollywood to pursue her acting career and quickly became Jean Harlow. Her acting career took off quickly, and in 1929 she appeared in Double Whoopee and The Saturday Night Kid, allowing Harlow to become Hollywood's first original blonde bombshell. And
So I do remember that part because
Yeah.
we recorded a part of this episode last week, and then we had a catastrophic failure and lost all of it.
Before my computer caught on fire and shut down and exploded.
Yeah, so to confirm, those are two separate films, not one awesome title.
David thought it was Double Whoopee and the Saturday Night Kid.
Which sounds like a great movie.
That would be a good movie, but now we got a double dose of drive-in movie theater where you go see Double Whoopee, then right after that's the Saturday Night Kid. So I have no idea what these movies are about, but I just love the old titles of movies. I mean, we got some fucking weird ones now for sure, but like Double Whoopee, fuck yeah. I love
That
it.
had to have been a porno flick.
It sounds like one,
Yeah.
right? Anyway, but like pornos back then were just like showing your knee.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Oh, I want to see her knee.
Best fucking knees in the game. I don't know why I said best fucking knees in the game like an old person says that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they do. You haven't spent enough time around the old folks home.
They're picking up on the hip trends.
Well, they're playing too much Fortnite. You don't even realize what they're hearing.
They're doing the mannequin challenge, but that's just due to all the arthritis. So, I can't move. So, although Harlow's star power rose, her personal life would become a Hollywood tragedy. And in July of 1932, she married Paul Byrne, a successful MGM executive. The marriage was surprising because Byrne was 22 years her senior and also unattractive, which is fucking mean.
Yeah. It's a good thing this came out after her. I'm assuming he's dead because this is old as shit. Imagine if it came out when he was alive. It's like, what the fuck, man?
I feel like
Come on.
probably a bunch of people talk shit to him and they're like, oh, Paul Byrne. And like, oh, you lucky son of a bitch. You lucky, ugly piece of shit. Like,
Fuck you.
come over here, you little fucking piece of shit, you ugly troll. Come over here, I want to give you a noogie on your half-balding head. Come here. But, like, why else do you become an MGM executive? He's like, I know I'm ugly. I fucking know I'm ugly, but, like,
Yeah.
I'm successful, I guess. So, whatever. So, Byrne bought an extravagant Bavarian home at 9820 Easton Drive in Benedict Canyon, Los Angeles, for his wife. Sorry if you live there now. I just gave out your address. See, this house was a two-story Bavarian-style mansion that had unique gutter spouts, which are life-sized. What? Anyway, sorry. Which are, they had life-size wooden carvings.
They weren't miniature gutters.
Life-size gutters. What is this? Gutters for
trend.
ants? So like I said, they also had wood life-size carvings of various silent screen stars, such as Mary Pickford, Fairbanks, and of course, David, I brought this up last time. Who was the boy that was the head honcho of curses?
Mr. Valentino?
Rudolph Valentino. He had the cursed ring in one of our earlier episodes. So
Were these just busts or were they full body carvings?
they said lifestyle carvings. I don't know if that just
I wonder if
means-
he had the ring.
Ooh. Usually the hands are the hardest to do, so maybe it was just a bust,
Just a block.
Just a fucking chunky bust. I like a bust of any celebrity so I can walk over and do whatever I want to it. Punch it, slap it, put a
All
little...
right. I thought you were going somewhere else with that, but yeah, no.
Well, I'm not done with my list.
Okay.
Pie it. So you put a pie in its face. Give it a haircut. Put glasses on it. Draw a funny mustache on it. Steal its nose. But like your thumb between your fingers.
Yeah.
Clean its ears.
Put googly eyes on it.
That's it. No, you're over the line, motherfucker.
Okay.
Anyway, so it also, besides having a bunch of creepy busts of people who are famous at the time, that's just like me being like, hey, you guys want to come to my house? I have statues of Leonardo DiCaprio and Seth Rogen and, Susan Sarandon. I went with Susan. Deep
Susan. Love Susan. Can't get enough of my Susan. We have Susan Sundays where we watch a Susan flick.
Susan Sunday started up, guys. Send us a picture. So it was
Hashtag Susan Sundays.
They also had a lovely swimming pool, of course, and a grand wooden staircase that connected the first and second floors. Why did they write that? Like the first and second floors weren't connected by a staircase.
It's impressive.
They
Don't
had
pretend like you're not impressed.
We had money. They had money. We get it. It's not like you had one of those poor people staircases that had 4 steps and then a drop off. Like, what the fuck? So, it was rumored that Byrne and Harlow had issues in their marriage from the beginning, but the marriage would end in tragedy just after 2 months. You know, a relationship is bad when you guys are fighting just 2 months into the marriage. That's bad. That other people know. Because you're
That's
allowed
like the best part of marriage is like the few months after.
Yeah.
Then it's all downhill.
Then, yeah. Oh, fuck. And hey, any of you married people out there, take a picture of your marriage and send it to us. Hashtag Sunday marriage.
Monday marriage.
Monday marriage. Yeah,
God,
there
you're
we
an
go.
idiot.
Fuck, I'm sorry.
Fucking turkey brain.
Gobble, gobble. So, like I said, they're not doing good. And on September 5th, 1932, Byrne's butler found Byrne deceased in his bedroom. He was nude with a bullet hole in his head.
Which head?
Well, he kind of positioned the gun to hit both. It was really cool, actually.
Collateral.
It was really cool. But yeah, so bullet hole in his cranium. And authorities recovered a suicide note allegedly written by him. And the note read, this is so fucking old, "Dearest dear."
Ugh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Did he go to school? Did he go to writing school?
Do you need to go to school when you're working for MGM? He knew what a deer was. So it goes, "Dearest dear, unfortunately, this is the only way to make good the frightful wrong I have done you and to wipe out my abject humiliation. I love you, Paul." And then he wrote afterward, "You understand that last night was only a comedy." What does that mean?
Gave her a good old cream pie. I mean, you know, he threw a pie in her face.
Wait.
He threw a pie in her face like
David,
a clown.
What? David, what?
Yeah, he threw a pie in her face.
What, David?
He
I'm just glad that
he threw a pie in her face.
I'm just glad this is the first time that I didn't say something that was stupid. I loved this.
It's called a joke.
It's not a joke. Anyway, so we're going to get into what that might mean. We'll go back to it. So Byrne's death was ruled a suicide. However, Byrne's secretary claimed someone murdered Byrne. And another employee said that handwriting in the note wasn't Byrne's and called it a forgery. And this is where it gets interesting. So Samuel Marks, who was a friend of Byrne's and an MGM colleague, said that he had gone to Byrne's house in the early morning on September 5th, 1932, the day he was found dead. And before the police were notified of the body's discovery, he had seen Irving Thalburn, who was another MGM colleague and supposed fixer of the studio. You know, like when studios had fixers?
No.
Oh, it's basically like, I mean, they have fixers now. It's what like Scandal's about. It's what Ray Donovan's about. It's people who go and like fix shitty situations to like save people's reputation. So MGM, like, this is all speculation, but he found him tampering with the evidence at the crime scene. And the next day, Marks had been among the studio executives, Marks the friend, had been among the studio executives who were told by Louis B. Mayer that the Paul Byrne case would have to be ruled, dude, this is so bad, suicide because of impotence.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yes. So he said this in order to avoid scandal, which would have finished Harlow's film career. So he basically said that Byrne committed suicide because he couldn't get a boner anymore.
Yeah, that's a
way to
that's a hard one to deal with.
But like, way to do my guy dirty. Like, first off, we don't even know if he was murdered. And second off, if he did commit suicide, you're going to tell everybody like that was the reason. But if you read the note, here's the thing that's crazy. The note actually makes it seem like that. He goes, "Unfortunately, this is the only way to make good the frightful wrong I have done you and to wipe out my abject humiliation. I love you. You understand that last night was only a comedy." I don't know what that means. Was his penis pretty funny? But the humiliation makes sense, not the frightful wrong. I mean, when not being able to smash. Was that
I don't know. Maybe he
wrong?
tried to come up with some weird shit. It was
like-
scary.
He's like, I have a pencil, and she's like, what? And he's like, nothing. Anyway, I'll tape it to it. So,
Honey, did you bring the vice grip I asked you to bring?
So this was the consensus of Burns' doctor as well, because Burns' doctor, who would also like MGM probably like put a strong arm on him if this wasn't the case, but Burns' doctor claimed that Byrne discussed suicide with him often and alluded that impotence might have been a factor. But authorities learned that just a few days after Byrne's death, Dorothy Millett, Byrne's common-law wife, jumped to her death from the Delta King steamboat and drowned on her way from San Francisco to Sacramento. So like we discussed before my computer exploded, we were wondering what a common-law wife was, and that's basically when you're with somebody for like a long period of time, but you're technically not married, but you're
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, so just like a little bit of history into this, Byrne was like was dating Dorothy Millett over in New York, and they had been together for like years. And then apparently Dorothy started suffering from, I'm guessing, some form of depression or mental illness, and she got sent to a sanitarium. And after that happened, Byrne moved to LA and started working for MGM because they were both in like the theater world. She was like a stage manager and he was probably like a producer or something like that. But then he started working for MGM, and they still kept in contact through the years via letters. So they were writing each other, and Dorothy kind of thought that there was still like a chance. But then she found out that Byrne had married Jean Harlow, and that all of his assets were now in her name upon death.
Okay.
So this is kind of interesting because I'll just read this. Samuel Marks, Byrne's close friend, claimed that he saw a mysterious woman at the Byrne house and that night, and that Millett was most likely the one who killed his friend. So Marks thought that Millett came over and murdered Byrne that night, while others believe that Millett found out about Byrne's death while in San Francisco and realized that Byrne, the man who she was still technically like common law married to and still communicated with via letters, had changed his will to make Jean Harlow the beneficiary of his wealth, leaving Millett penniless and now husbandless, forcing her to take her own life. But the mystery is still unsolved to this day. So we don't know if she was jealous that he married another woman and killed him and then just jumped off after 2 days on that steamboat because she felt guilty, or she found out while in San Francisco and took the steamboat up to Sacramento and then came overcome with guilt and jumped off the side, because other people found her up on the top deck crying to herself, and then they found her shoes and coat over the side of the rail, and they didn't find her for like a week, and then they swept the river and found her body.
Oh, a body in a river for a week? Oh. That's not a fun thing to find.
No. That's bad. That's the worst. That's one of the worst.
It's like when your shower gets a bad clog and you drop your string cheese in the shower and you forget about it, and you go for your weekly shower and you come back and you see that cheese just sitting in that water because the water's not draining, so you gotta take quick showers so it doesn't fill.
You have bloated cheese.
It's bloated, it stinks, there's animals eating off of it. They're not your animals.
Do they like to be pet?
No. They bite.
Oh, do they bite?
They bite David. David have infection. David not live much longer.
Here's the thing. These animals will bite you even if you ain't made of cheese. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. Anyway.
It's like the cheese is, is the appetizer.
And the entree.
And the entree.
And
I'm
David's
just the
dessert. Yeah, there we go.
I'm all lathered up because you put the soap on before you get in the shower. Right?
Yeah. That's why the cheese slips out of your hand every time.
Yeah, I can't hold on to the damn cheese. There's so much cheese in my shower. But I buy the brand with that cool dude that's got the hair.
Cheese machine. Show me the cheese machine. You haven't seen that YouTube video, sorry.
I haven't.
Magic Hugs, it's great. So, like I said, that's a whole fucking mystery. No one knows, but he had a bullet hole in his head, and that's that. So Jean found love again and married cinematographer Harold Rosen, but the marriage ended in a divorce after only 8 months. Not a good track record. 2 months, 8 months, can't make it a full year yet. So 5 years after Burns' death, Jean's health took a turn for the worse as well, and in 1937, while filming a movie called Saratoga, she became ill and was hospitalized. And on June 7, 1937, Jean Harlow died at 26 of kidney failure before completing Saratoga, and a body double completed the movie in place of Harlow. So they were kind of the first ones to do the Fast and the Furious move.
Yeah, that's not hard. That's not hard. No, that's not easy.
That's not easy. No.
Correct myself.
But 26 kidney failure. Like, I don't know if that's just like because
Heavy drinker.
people were just eating like less cheese. Like now we're
Less cheese, drinking more gasoline straight from the pump.
because the more cheese you eat, the healthier you are. The healthier.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The healthier
That's why I'm
your
as strong as an
kidneys
ox.
are. Excuse me, David?
Yes. Huh?
What'd you say?
Said that's why I'm as strong as an ox.
Like, I pee red Gatorade. Doctors say it's blood. They've never seen the Gatorade commercials when it comes out of your pores all red like.
They haven't seen
And I
it.
said, I have
It
a pour
doesn't-
down there.
You gotta put a lot of sugar in it to get it taste like the Gatorade. I feel dizzy.
It's bitter. It's bitter.
What are we doing here? What is this?
Cheese. So it was also rumored that so there's already two dead in that house already. But it was also rumored that 2 other buyers of the house drowned in the swimming pool out back. But of course they weren't famous, so they don't get reported on. Nobody gave a shit.
There's only the deep end, baby.
So that's a 4 count now. We got 4 people dead in that house. So let's jump 26 years later to 1963 as a celebrity hairstylist named Jay Sebring bought the former Harlow home. And after moving into the home, Sebring began dating a beautiful actress named Sharon Tate.
I know that name.
Between 1964 and
She makes those
1966.
cookies, right? The
Excuse
Tate
me?
cookies?
Famous
She makes
Amos?
No, she makes those organic Tate cookies in the green bag.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah. Love those ginger snaps.
Actually, no. She's Amos. She's Oh, I'm sorry. No. Here's her real name was Circus Animals.
Oh. I actually, like 2 days ago, I was in the grocery store and I saw a giant bag of those, and I was kind of like, fuck, I love those. I kind of want to buy those. I haven't had those in a long time.
No, I bought a bag of them. There's too many. There's too many in the bag, and they leave a film in your mouth. They're good for, like, you want to get, like, the snack size of them.
You don't have to eat the whole bag in one sitting.
Wait, why do they give you the big bag then?
Well, first of all,
My
that's
blood
for the
hurts.
family. You need a family. Katie.
The circus is my family now. I'm the boy with the lobster claws. Try to pet me, motherfucker. I'll pinch your dick. So, anyway.
Pinch your dick purple, boy. Come on over here.
Joke's on you. It's already purple.
Due to the rubber band.
Gotta hold the pee in somehow. All that Gatorade be leaking out of me. God, are you guys still listening to this shit? This is not even a story anymore. It's just our insane ramblings.
No pee December, man. It's only been one day, and it's not been easy. I'm breaking.
No piss December. Oh, shit. Gotta follow that up with no shit January. I'm losing it, guys. Anyway.
You gotta reroute it.
Yeah, you gotta. It's called meditation, guys. Learn it. Reroute your pee to your butt. So, I do that every time I eat cheese. Okay, let's keep going. So, David, do you actually know who Sharon Tate is?
You know, it's a shame there's no way that, like, the people who put our podcast out can't listen and just be like, can we stop having them on our services?
iTunes has sent us a cease and desist.
Season.
Apparently, we're making people dumber. So,
Yes, I know who Sharon Tate is.
okay. So for all of you who don't know, we'll get into why you might remember that name. So Tate often stayed in the home with Sebring, but one night while Sebring was away, something very strange happened within the walls of the house. So the story she told was in a 1968 interview with a man named Dick Kleiner. After asking her if she had ever experienced anything supernatural at the legendary Jean Harlow House, and this is what she told him. So obviously people knew that there was some death going on there even at the time, and they wanted to know about possible ghosts because, you know, a murder happened there, or suicide, whatever you want to call it. But Sharon Tate said this. She said, well, she didn't say Sharon Tate, but she says, Sharon Tate said she was spending the night alone in Jay's mansion, trying to fall asleep in the master bedroom, where Paul Byrne was shot and killed. Overwhelmed with an uneasy feeling of a strong presence, she lay in bed unable to close her eyes. As she lay there, full of anxiety and fear, suddenly an apparition of a creepy little man scuttled into the bedroom. Now, David, where were you this night?
What year was it?
The year 68.
I was at the Super Bowl.
Oh, yes. Oh, wait, no,
Even
she
if
said,
it was,
she said
if
this.
it wasn't even playing,
Wait.
my tradition is I just sit at whatever stadium it is until it happens.
No, it says creepy little man scuttled into the end zone. Okay, this is you. So, so Sharon recognized the ghost immediately to be of Paul Byrne.
God, they just love roasting this dude.
Yeah, I know. Like creepy little gross motherfucker who smelled like cheese, onions, and tuna.
Is it BURN?
BERN.
I gotta see.
He's not that ugly, but he kind of be like looking not that good. But maybe for like the time, he looks like he just smokes cigars and drinks pee all day. So
he literally he seriously just looks like He looks like Walt Disney with less sleep, less hair, and 10 more pounds.
Yeah, Fat Walt Disney.
Oh, he's not fat.
No, he's chubby.
It's just Walt Disney was like skeleton skinny.
But it was almost like made like that head was like made to be shot, right? Look how big that thing is.
It'd be honestly hard to miss it.
That assassin had a real easy time. She closed her eyes and fired, and or he did it. So, as she lay there staring at the ghostly figure walk through the room, waiting for some form of confrontation, she was met with apathy as the ghost totally ignored her, instead intent on its mission to find some unknown thing within the house, which is terrifying in itself. You're like, what's hidden in that house? I don't know. So Sharon quickly threw on her robe and she left the room in a hurry, only to find a more frightening sight on the staircase leading down to the first floor. About halfway down the staircase, she saw a ghostly form who was tied to the post of the staircase with its throat cut.
See, this is why the staircase is important.
Yeah, this is why they shelled out the few extra dollars and made it a full staircase from the first floor to the second floor.
Yeah, a lot of people would skip every other step.
Now, can you build me a full staircase? You know, a 20-stair. You know, can you put a lady at the top tied there with her throat fucking slit? Also, can you put a little man scuttling around upstairs, dropping M&Ms all over the carpet?
But they won't melt. They won't ruin the carpet.
They won't ruin them. You get a dog, and you let the dog eat it. They don't know dogs can eat chocolate yet. Let the dog eat it. That's how you do it.
I wonder when they found that out.
That they got a ghost dog. I don't know. Probably when chocolate was invented. That guy.
Cavemen used to hunt wolves with chocolate.
Oh, this chocolate is so good. I think it's in France. Oh, the chocolate is so good. Here, Fluffy. Here, you eat it. I share it with you, my best friend. Dead. Anyway.
I didn't like that story.
No, it's a sad one. It's like Ratatouille, too. So, racing past this ghastly scene, she hurried into the living room trying to find where Jay kept his liquor. As she was feeling the need for a drink. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the 70s, baby. Late
Cheers
60s.
to that.
So, When she couldn't find anything, she suddenly got a strong urge to push on one of the bookcases, which revealed the sought-after bar, which is fucking weird. Like, she didn't know it was there. Like, he hides his liquor, but whatever.
You know it's a problem when you have to hide it.
Yeah.
That's your problem, Sharon.
Sharon? She's like, cookies or beer? And you're like, ah, damn it. She's a whiskey.
My animal circus cookies.
She's a whiskey woman. So...
So am I.
Call me up, Sharon. So, shaking with fright by this time, she poured herself a drink to steady her nerves, and she suddenly got another urge to tear away the wallpaper along the base of the bar, crazy drunk, revealing a solid copper base, which is kind of strange.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I like
so
it.
she then walked back up to the stairs, past the ghastly apparition on the stairs, and past the creepy little man who was now...
Oh, he's still there.
Yeah, he's pacing in the hallway now. He made it out of the bedroom. He's in the hallway, obviously dropping M&Ms. And she went back to her bed where she crashed and fell asleep. So the next morning, she thought that she had a terrible dream, but realized it all had happened when she saw the copper-based bar and the wallpaper she had removed. So she's like, oh, fuck, I really did this. And I really saw these things. So Sharon Tate told the reporter that she saw this as a premonition, but little did she know that the ghastly vision would come true so soon, because on August 9th, 1969, about 3 years after Jay and Sharon's relationship had ended, and after she had married Roman Polanski and was almost 9 months pregnant, she and Jay were together at Sharon and Roman's mansion while Roman was away directing a film. So this is weird. So obviously we all know this, but Sharon was with Jay, who was her ex-boyfriend or boyfriend, and they were just hanging out at her new husband's place. But that's kind of the 70s. It's all love and peace and like whatever, like, you know. But you guys all, if you guys have all seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, that Jay's character is Emil Hirsch.
Yeah.
He's at like the party. He's like, oh man, I wish I could get her back. So at the house was Sharon Tate, Wojciech Frykowski, whoever that is, Abigail Folger of the Folger Coffee Company, Jay Sebring, and a man...
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And she was like the heiress of the Folger Coffee Company.
Yeah.
And a man named Stephen Parent. And it seemed like a normal night as the group socialized and mingled, but little did they know that what was waiting for them just outside, because as we all know at this point, that was the night of the Manson family murders, as Susan Atkins, Patricia Krenwinkel, and Charles Tex Watson invaded the house and murdered everyone within those walls. And Jay died trying to defend Sharon, and Sharon suffered a ghastly death just like the ghost she saw on the stairs that night at Jay's home.
Which one got hit with the flamethrower?
That didn't really happen in real life.
No, that happened.
Alternate history. You know Quentin loves that. Also feet he loves.
Yeah, he does love his feet.
So to wrap this up, since Harlow's death, people that lived in the home afterward claimed to have seen the ghost of both Harlow and Byrne, and they still didn't know if the house was cursed. It's hard to say, but one thing is a fact, and that is that Jean Harlow, Paul Byrne, Sharon Tate, and Jay Sebring all lived in that house, but never lived long enough to move back out. Well, Sharon did, because she moved in with Roman Polanski, but,
Yeah.
Other than that. But it's so creepy, like, the premonition she saw, and, like, how, her fate, obviously ended horribly.
Who slit her throat?
One of the three.
Okay.
I don't really know exactly. I mean, the whole Manson murder is like a whole nother... Manson, it should be the Tate LaBianca murders is what they usually call it, because of like the Sharon Tate thing.
That's just a mouthful.
But like so they killed... Not to get too far in depth about this, because that should be a whole episode, but Sharon Tate and those like 4 other people got murdered. They just called those the Tate murders because she was pregnant and she got like the worst of it, I think, and also the most famous. And then LaBianca was just an elderly couple that lived like next door or like up the block that also got killed by them. So kind of weird. No one really talks about the old couple as much as Sharon Tate and
Yeah.
So
I mean,
weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my story, dude. I hope that wasn't a downer.
No, that's great because holy shit, man.
I'm ready,
did it.
David.
I did it.
What?
This is a Thanksgiving miracle, and I know it's late now. But it was a miracle around Thanksgiving when I originally wrote this.
Okay.
So we're going to go with that. Now, this story just landed on my lap, and I can die happy because this one is huge.
Ooh.
I gotta say, this is going to be the best story ever told. I'm not going to be able to top this.
Okay.
We got ourselves a little bit of a NASCAR story here. I want to hear the engines.
Do people do that at NASCAR?
I don't know.
I think you're thinking of horse racing.
But I'm going to put some NASCAR engine sounds in this when I'm editing because I can. Love that.
That's a car. You got a Hemi? With that Hemi?
That's like 6 Hemis under the hood.
Let me get this right. Is that a Hemi? I dare you, next time you're in a grocery store parking lot, walk up to somebody, any car. Just walk, you go, let me get this straight. That's a Hemi? And see what they say.
I don't think I will.
Okay.
This story takes us back to the year 1953 with the driver Tim Flock.
Oh, Timmy.
And Tim hopped in the driver's seat to complete the 1953 Grand National win at Hickory Motor Speedway on May 16th. But Tim Flock wouldn't be alone in that fast car.
Wait, is this 63 you said?
53.
53. So definitely no seatbelts, right?
Oh, no.
Okay, cool. That's the NASCAR I want.
So Timothy, born Julius Timothy Flock, pretty cool.
Whoa.
Was an incredible driver who holds the highest career winning percentage for a full-time NASCAR driver at 21%. So he's actually a big fucking name in that world. He belongs to the NASCAR Hall of Fame, International Motorsports Hall of Fame, Motorsports Hall of Fame of America, along with many, many awards.
But did he kiss the bricks?
He kissed the bricks. Actually back then, a lot of the things they raced on were dirt roads.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, dirt.
Yeah.
Is that what that song's about? On dirt road.
Yes.
George Jones.
I don't think so. I think that's more about driving on your back roads. I don't know. I actually don't know.
Driving drunk through your neighbor's barn.
3 times a year, baby.
Why is he getting so fucking mad all the time? Just a barn.
So I felt it was important to explain the prestige of this man before getting into the spicy stuff. And boy, you are going to love this.
Did he have a monkey in the car?
Now, a racer at this level is all game and no play. At least that's what you'd think. Now, I mentioned before that at the Grand National, Tim Flock raced with a co-pilot, which I'm not sure is legal, because I'm actually positive it's illegal. But this Chewbacca to his Millennium Falcon, or as my dad calls it, the Maltese Falcon.
Tim don't know Star Wars.
It actually had a lot in common with that lovable furball.
Oh,
that's right. That's right, Tobin.
David, why do I know you so well?
Tim Flock shared his car with a character named Jacko Flocko, the world's fastest racing monkey.
No! I knew it. Why do I know you so well? I fucking knew it. Oh my God. One of our close friends, David the Coward, who has been on this podcast, mentioned earlier about wanting to come on for an episode. And what did he ask? He asked if we're.
I don't know. My phone is set to just ignore any message he sends.
Basically, I had to inform him that we are now just a monkey podcast because of your heavy interest in all things ape and monkey related.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, once this whole pandemic thing's over, my number one goal is to get a photo with a monkey on my shoulder.
Better not be a chimpanzee on your shoulder.
I'll bear the weight.
He's got his hand-like feet on your shoulders, standing up. Oof.
I want to feel it. I want to feel that.
I want to feel his toes grip my shoulders like a hand.
So the year was, 1953, like I said, and Tim was coming off a stellar season on the tracks in 1952, winning 8 of the 33 races he entered.
Damn.
Tim was at the top of his game until things started to go a little downward, and he got into the funk at the beginning of 53 and wasn't winning anything. So Tim's sponsor, Ted Chester, which when I was writing it, I thought that wasn't a weird name, but saying it out loud is kind of hard to say. Ted Chester.
Ted Chester. He definitely had a big old cowboy hat.
I fucking hope he did.
Did Jacko Flocko have a big cowboy hat?
We'll get into his apparel later, so just hold your monkeys.
Jacko Flocko. Brick
surprised that's not
Squad.
a song.
Kiss the Brick Squad.
So Ted Chester decided to look around for a ploy to shake things up a little bit. Like taking a fucking monkey and throwing it into a car with his star driver.
You place a monkey in a car. You do not throw a monkey in a car.
It depends on the day.
You take down that little mesh fucking seatbelt guard that they have in the window and you place him gently in there.
So Ted Chester was visiting a pet shop in Atlanta in search of a new family dog. But another hairy little freak caught his eye, and that was a rhesus monkey.
Reese's, like the cup.
Oh, I think that's how you say it. I told myself I was going to Google it before I recorded, and then that was a week ago, so I forgot to do that.
The Reese's monkey, I believe, are the ones that have like the little they're kind of like white and black, I believe, and they're like, yeah.
The one from Ace Ventura.
Yes, Ace Ventura. Yes, exactly.
Or Friends.
Yes, Ross's monkey. Yeah, the one that plays like In the Jungle. That one, yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys are cute. Great actors.
Yeah, those are some of the better actor monkeys. So the rhesus monkey with a sign next to his cage naming him Jocko.
Oh, it's so good. That's such a good monkey name. Fuck.
It really is. But why was there a damn monkey in an Atlanta pet shop?
Dude, Atlanta be wildin'. I bet you could like walk in and like buy a boa constrictor in like a bar or something. Like they got some crazy shit.
I think that's easier. I think buying a boa constrictor is easier than buying a fucking monkey from a pet shop.
You're right.
I mean, I have no idea why the monkey was in this pet shop, but man, the 50s sound fucking cool.
Dude, they probably still got monkeys in Atlanta. They probably still. You go to like a pet shop and probably buy like anything in Atlanta. Atlanta be crazy. They got a lot of strip clubs too. I've never been. I just mean like I hear things.
The words on the wind tell me you're gonna get some dancers and dance the night away.
Heard things.
So Ted, staring deep into Jocko's beady little demonic eyes, devised a foolproof plan. Envisioning this monkey, who he gave the surname Flocko to, would be a great way to generate media buzz riding shotgun with his driver, whether or not he was winning races.
Hell yeah, that's a good promoter right there.
I mean, it's because it's Tim Flock.
And Jacko Flocko.
Exactly. So it's actually perfect that the monkey already came with a name that would have rhymed with the last name of the driver if you just throw an O at the end.
And this is clearly animal abuse, right? Because that monkey does probably not want to be in a race car.
No.
It's like, monkeys in their natural habitat, in nature, they usually like to drive about 95. So going 125 is not too far off.
The only difference is in the wild, they like to switch it up and take right turns sometimes.
See, here's the thing about a monkey, though. So the monkey, they like Hemis. That a Hemi?
Monkey like Hemis.
Stick a banana in your fucking tailpipe.
So Ted didn't hesitate and bought Jacko Flocko and went straight to the race team's garage, where he found the team working on the car. Ted told the team of his master plan, which went as well as you could imagine, and they all thought he had lost his damn mind. Tim said, "I thought Ted had been hitting the jug too much. He couldn't be serious, but the more I got to thinking about the more I liked it."
See, that's
Jocko
an old person thing. Hitting the jug.
Oh, yeah.
Right. That's cool.
So, and then he continued to say, Jacko Flocko could race with me anytime if he proved he could handle the Grand National Circuit. Such a good quote. So reasonable about the whole situation.
If he helped him out in the Grand National Circuit, what was it?
He was just saying if he could handle.
Oh, if he could handle.
If he could handle it, then he's more than welcome to ride with him.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Now, the beautiful thing about this story, which isn't always the case, is that it's 100% true, and it's recent enough to have a lot of point of views from the story.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes it's like kind of scraping for actual.
And what you said, it was in the 50s, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Tim did unfortunately pass away in 1998, but his widow Frances Flock had recalled the time with Flocko Jocko.
Oh, her quote went, "Louisiana Purchase, big metal coin."
I don't remember the voice. I don't know if I can do it again.
Mailbox that looked like a house.
So Francis looks back on it, saying that Tim had his doubts about racing with the monkey. Francis said, he said Ted came into the garage with this little monkey, and Ted said, I have an idea. I thought we could build a seat for him, get him a little helmet in his own uniform.
Oh, yes.
And we could put him in the car, put him in the race car with you. We need to do something to get more attention for you.
Dude, yes.
So, yeah, Tim was against the idea until finally saying, you're the boss, but I still think you're crazy. NASCAR isn't going to let us race with that monkey. But you know the best way to get NASCAR to let you race with a monkey in your car?
You just do it.
You don't tell them.
Exactly. They're like, man, that little driver sure looks funny down there.
How does he see the road?
You know, like when you look up at like a mountain and you can't tell like how big a tree is in relation to the other trees, and you're like, is that like a big mountaintop or those like big trees or like normal sized trees? That's what they were looking down at. Like they're like, well, there's Flocko down there, and who's that little racer with him? Am I just crazy or is he further away? I can't figure it out.
So preparations started for little Jocko's big ride. A special seat was installed.
Movie. No, that's a good movie title.
Little Jocko's Big Ride?
Yes.
It really is.
Big Whoopee. And the Saturday Night Kid.
Little Jocko's Big Whoopee.
I love it. Oh, and the Sunday Susans.
Yes.
Sunday Night Susan.
Yes.
There we go. We got it. We figured it out. There we go.
Love it. So, yeah, a special seat was installed in the shotgun seat, just high enough for Flocko to look out the window and wave to spectators or other drivers during the race.
Wait, he could wave?
Well, that's why I'm dying to hear their thoughts on how they expect this monkey just to sit there and wave and not just scream and go ape shit.
I love how they're like, he could wave at other cars and like, first off, what a distracting thing to see. But let's be honest. He was jumping out the window, tearing the windshield wipers off the opponent's cars, and then jumping back to the car, right? Like Mad
He's like a
Max
Mario
shit.
Kart. He's like a Mario Kart power-up.
Yeah, just throwing bananas behind the car, banana peels. Oof, oof. Spiky shell.
Oh, man. Well, no, so his seat strapped him in, so he couldn't move. He just had to sit there.
Oh, terrifying. Cool.
Yeah, even better. And, monkeys' bodies are really built for being strapped into car seats.
Oh, shit. He broke out. He jammed himself under the brake pedal.
Little fucker's biting my feet.
He's in my fucking suit.
He's got my dip can. He's throwing a lipper in.
You know, like when Mini-Me crawls in Austin Powers' like spacesuit?
Yeah.
And he like sits on the toilet and flushes him out into space? That's what I'm picturing. Anyway.
Oh, boy. So, Jocko, as promised before, had his own helmet, goggles, and race suit, naturally with 91, the car's number stitched in the back.
Hell yeah.
So, the day was April 5th, 1993. The setting was the legendary dirt track at the old Charlotte Speedway, and legends were born on that day on the dirt, when Jacko Flocko became the world's first monkey to compete in a stock car race.
Was he the last one, too?
Well, yeah. Now,
I
at
hope
what
so,
point?
for monkey's sake.
At one point, like you were saying earlier, this has to cross many boundaries of animal abuse. But we're not going to think about that.
He was waving. He's having a good time.
Having a great time. Tim was starting the 150 lap race.
That's not that bad compared to Indianapolis 500.
150 laps.
Yeah,
first time slapping that monkey in a fucking race car. 150
I guess you're right.
laps.
I guess you're right.
So yeah, he started the race on the pole, and his crew smuggled Jacko Flocko into the car and strapped him in without anybody seeing. Frances, Tim's widow, recalls the story goes that they went through the first turn. One of the drivers looked over and saw the monkey, and he almost wrecked. It's a pretty good tactic if you want. If you can, yeah, it's a pretty good tactic if you can distract anyone into fatally crashing, so you don't have to finish the race.
He probably
going
thought he had
faster
a
than 10
fucking
miles per
child
hour.
in there, right?
Yeah, take your son to work day.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, we need to stop
Take
the
your
race.
monkey to work day.
I do that
So-
every day, motherfucker.
So Tim and Flocko led the race for more than half of it, but faded late and ended up getting fourth. Following the race, Tim and Jocko hit the pits where fans stormed the area to pet and feed Jocko peanuts, quickly becoming a fan favorite.
Aw, at least he got like his pay.
Yeah, there's probably worse things they could have been feeding him than peanuts.
Chocolate?
Yeah.
M&M's. Here's a bunch of M&M's.
Becomes Uncle Fatty.
So, no, he fat and dead probably.
So the winner of that day was a man named, and I'm not making this up, Dick Passwater, which is a name one letter away from being fucking incredible.
What's ass water?
Pisswater.
That was a dick ass water.
I guess that works too.
That works
I was thinking
too.
of switching out a letter, not removing one.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking of doing more work than you.
Dick piss water works better, but dick ass water just has like so many, like it's endless. Like what is going on?
We'll send it to the polls, and we'll
We
see
all
what the people
know
like
we all
more.
know about that ass water on that hot day, and you're like, look at your pants, you're like, what done happened back there?
Oh, it can be 49 degrees out, baby. I still got that ass
I
water.
still got a gallon of it. Gallon of Gatorade in the back. I meditated.
Yeah.
That's why it's back there. Rerouted my piss.
So,
wouldn't that be cool if like the car started to break down like halfway through the race, and he like pulled the glove box open and the monkey crawled in the engine and started fixing shit?
well, if this was a Pixar film, that would happen.
I still don't think that would happen in a Pixar film. Maybe like in
Really?
the 90s.
Yeah.
Not
Maybe.
now. Now they'd be like, monkeys aren't allowed in the engine. An engine is 4,000 degrees. Sizzle that monkey.
Especially if it's a Hemi. What is that, a Hemi?
Does that? The monkey crawls in there and goes, "Oh fuck, you got a Hemi?"
Oh, I don't want to touch this beautiful machine.
I'm not the Hemi monkey. Fuck. I'm the double Hemi monkey, and then he just like makes it a double Hemi.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That would be really cool.
really cool.
So back to the story. Dick Passwater was quoted to crown Jocko with the title Fastest Monkey in the World. Pisswater also noted that other drivers and himself didn't see harm in the whole thing, saying, "I don't think it had any effect on anybody. It was just something to draw attention."
Yeah, that's because he didn't get first place. If he got first place, he'd be like, "Fucking monkey cheated."
Yeah, exactly. So Tim believed Jocko could give him an advantage at times. As Tim would try to pass other cars, he believed the sight of a monkey staring back at the drivers would cause them to lose concentration for just a moment, leaving Tim able to make the move.
Hell yeah.
Unfortunately, with Jocko on board, Tim still continued to lose race after race, placing 4th, 5th, 6th, and 2nd, but never first.
Tim. I'd say it's
Tim.
pretty good if you get second. It's so hard to get first.
Oh yeah, only one person gets first.
That's the thing about being first. Only one of y'all get it. Except for Jocko, there'd be 2 people in that car.
Yeah.
So, your theory's flawed.
Yeah. So it was not until Tim's 10th race of the season on May 16th at the Hickory Speedway that Tim finished first, making history
Yes.
for the unknown world of monkey race car drivers.
Hell yeah.
Because now Jocko wasn't just the first monkey to race professionally, but the first monkey to add title of champion to the list of his accomplishments, and to this day, he is still the only monkey to do so.
I love that.
Oh, yeah. So the Hickory Daily Report, a publication, did not mention Jocko in their article about Tim's big win.
Pieces of
which,
shit.
Which was strange because everybody knew he was there. So this was an obvious show that the officials wanted this monkey dead. They wanted him fucking dead.
You know what the crazy thing is? You know who was supposed to be in JFK's car?
Jocko?
Jocko.
Oh no!
But
Jocko's supposed to be driving.
They didn't tell Oswald. Yeah, he was supposed to be driving, and they didn't
switched
tell
him out, and the driver shot him.
Yeah, he shot the wrong guy too.
Yeah. So, who's the other? Are you talking about his wife?
No, they shot JFK. Oh, they shot they shot the guy
no,
in
I'm
the
saying
front.
the driver was the shooter. You've never seen
the-
those videos?
The driver of the car was the shooter who shot JFK. He turned around and shot him?
Yeah, have you never seen the video that zooms up on him?
Apparently not.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Well, that's
one of the like the bigger conspiracy theories is that the driver was the one that shot him.
David, I think we have our next episode for you. You better tell me all of the shooters.
There's a roster. So after winning the race, Tim would joke about how much of it he would have to split with Jocko. Tim said all the other drivers at the time were concerned with the percentages they got paid from their sponsors. I told them that I had it easy. If I got tired after 10 laps, I'd let Jocko drive. Yeah. And all I had to pay him was a banana and 5%.
Oh, he got 5% though. That's pretty good. I thought he was going to say like a banana and a DVD of Tarzan. What's a DVD? What year is this? I don't know.
So Tim had his fun while being paired with Jocko and noted that traveling with Jocko was always a comedy act in its own. Jim said, I was turned away from several hotels because they wouldn't let me bring Jocko in. So I snuck him in a couple of times. He hated maids. Sometimes a maid would come in and see the monkey, and her eyes would bulge out, and she would scream. Jocko used to jump on the maid's back and ride down the hall for about 40 feet and then jump off. Needless to say, I had a lot of rooms that were never made up.
Oh, my God. But you know, I have to say this, David. You know who else hotels hated? Jesus, who was Saint Christ.
That's true.
And I don't know how close Jocko is, but in my eyes, he could be our next Lord and Savior. And we just missed it. You know why?
I know.
Because they don't want to report about the truth in these fucking papers about who the fastest monkey in the world is. They can't handle the truth. They can't handle the truth.
It's true. They can't handle the heat. So, now, all funny stories must come to an end, unfortunately.
Fuck.
Because we all knew Jocko's driving career was a ticking time bomb of shit-tossing and screaming mayhem. So, at this point, Tim and Jocko had been through seven 150-lap races together.
Whoa.
And this one would be their 8th, with the name Jacko Flocko painted under the passenger window of their race car. The duo hit the track. Now, this race was the biggest race these two would come to encounter, and the two cracked under the pressure.
No!
So, during the final stretch of the race, Tim and Flocko were in second place behind one driver, Tim's brother.
Fuck.
Which is pretty wild.
It's always the brother.
Yeah, I guess his brother was a race car driver, and his sister was like the second woman to race in NASCAR.
Whoa.
Big racing family.
Yeah, I bet.
So it seemed to be, too good to be true. And just like that, their victory slipped out from their grasps as Jocko slipped out of his seat harness.
No.
That's right. Jocko was loose inside of the race car, and his curiosity was what doomed the duo.
Just build the double Hemi and get back in the seat.
Click yourself back in, boy.
Boy, don't make me come back there.
Tim remembers the event like this. We had this chain hooked onto the floorboard that we would pull up to check the wear on the front right tire. Well, old Jocko had been watching me do that, and as soon as he became unstrapped, he went right for the hole and stuck his head through.
No.
The tire zipped him on the head, and he went crazy.
What does that mean?
So, the wheel's driving.
Oh,
and
just
so
it caught him a little bit?
Yeah, so since it was going, upward, it pushed up.
Okay.
The tires are going
Yeah.
forward,
Yeah.
so if you're behind it, it's going to push up, not pull down.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like he touched like a grinder. Not grinder, but like one of those
I know what you
sand
mean.
belts.
Like a sanding belt, yeah.
Yeah. And to not much surprise, Jocko went apeshit, screaming and jumping all around the car, leaving Tim trying his best to finish the race with a crazed ape in a small car.
So that's what ape shit means, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Monkey
Good old
shit.
piss water from before remembers the utter chaos saying, "Yeah, I saw that monkey jumping around in there, but I didn't know what was happening. He was like a bird in there. He'd be on one side of the car, and the next thing you knew it, he'd be on the other side. That monkey probably thought somebody was trying to kill him."
Oh, that's so good.
So, sure enough, before the race ended or Jocko calmed down, Jocko was on Tim. And Tim said it was hard enough to drive those heavy old cars back then under normal circumstances, but with a crazed monkey clawing at you at the same time, it becomes nearly impossible.
Oh.
So Tim was forced to pull the car over for fear of losing an eye or worse, and Tim pulled into the pit stop to lose the extra baggage, which surprisingly the handoff went pretty smoothly. But another racer had taken second place in his absence, leaving Tim to finish third place. Tim said, "The pit stop cost me second place and a $600 difference in my paycheck." Jocko was retired immediately.
No.
Now this part becomes hard to tell.
Oh, no.
Because frankly, I wanted to leave it out, but it's not fair to the legacy to leave out his end. Tim's wife, Frances, says Flocko was never the same after the incident and refused to eat. And after many attempts to help the monkey, Jacko Flocko was euthanized.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah.
That hurts.
I didn't want to have to say it, but, I had to include it. You can't tell the story without including it.
I weirdly got a little emotional about that. I mean, not weirdly, but obviously but I just understand he got traumatized, and it's oh,
Yeah.
and maybe he stopped eating because he wasn't allowed to race anymore.
Yeah, could have been it. He didn't earn that food.
Well, you know what? He's done stuff that no other monkey has done.
That's true. He's done incredible things.
Poor guy.
So after Jocko's death, the public was curious where he went. Because obviously no one is going to just up and forget about the monkey named Jacko Flocko who raced in NASCAR. And a little girl approached Tim asking where Flocko was, and Tim told her he died. Great idea, Tim.
Tim, what the fuck? Tell him that he's racing cars on a farm.
Yeah, so that fucked the little girl up pretty bad emotionally. And so Tim came up with a better explanation to tell people. And I think that Jocko would have loved it. Tim told people, "I couldn't teach him how to sign autographs, so I had to fire him."
And they're like, "Really, Tim? Why you have to fire him?"
That's it.
I can see how the interaction goes. I had to fire him. And they go, "Oh, come on, Tim. He could have learned." And he goes, "Shut the fuck up. I euthanized him." And they're all like,
He's fucking dead.
What do you have me to say? You wouldn't eat. What, you was taking 5%? I couldn't fucking have that. Oh, my God.
Yeah, so this is where my story ends, and I don't have a smart outro for it. The only thing I can say is, rest in peace, Jacko Flocko. I love you.
Oh, I love that. Well, I think we should end while we're on a high note.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a low note, but it's a high note because he couldn't sign autographs, and that's okay. But guess what? He's got all the fans he needs in heaven.
That's true.
Harambe,
Harambe.
the other famous
Coco.
Coco. Oh, Coco.
Caesar.
Is that from Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, I'm assuming he's dead.
Andy
I don't know.
Serkis?
Yeah, Andy Serkis is dead.
Anyway, okay. Well, I think that wraps it up for us today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys want any more information, you can go to Camp Strange, Instagram? I don't know. Camp Strange Podcast on Instagram.
You guys can if you could figure out how to find us on a podcast app, you can figure out how to find us.
Find us. And if you click the bio, you could check out merch. If you guys want to rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, that's cool too. Or just listen. That's fine too. And if you guys want to send us something, you can send it to campstrangepodcast@gmail.com or Facebook or whatever we're on, and find out a way to send us something if you want to. But yeah, so I think that's it. David, do you have anything to say before we wrap this whole party up?
Snape kills Dumbledore.
Oh, he loves the spoilers, guys. He really does. And don't forget to stay strange.